finished up the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser, and now I'm working my way through the Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel. I use this both for my face and as a hand wash. Works really well. You know, you don't necessarily need to use like dedicated hand soap to wash your hands. You can use a facial cleanser. It's often a lot gentler. Just use about that much. Sort of silky lather. Eucerin Urea Repair. Just do about that much. This is the Elta MD UV Restore Tinted Sunscreen I got at the AAD. This is what it looks like. Zinc and titanium dioxide. It's pretty moisturizing. One thing I will say about this, it's one of the few sunscreens that I find if it gets anywhere close to my eyes, it burns. Now, throughout the day, that's not an issue. It's not one of those sunscreens that burns on your eyelids or migrates down into your eyelids and starts to burn. But like if a tiny little bit gets like on your lid line as you're rubbing it in, it's like, whoo, it really burns. I haven't had that with a mineral sunscreen. Still liking this Gekimo Open Up dual-sided mascara. It's got one brush for the upper lash and one for the lower lash. Decided to come out here and stretch my legs a little bit. The weather's like actually really nice. I like to come outside first thing in the morning sometimes, or like towards the end of the day when the sun is not as high. You know, a little tip, if your shadow is shorter than you, that typically corresponds to the time of the day when the sun is like most at its peak, so the UV exposure is most intense. Whereas if your shadow is taller than you, then it's generally a safer time to be outside. So that's typically going to be in the morning time or in the late evening time. I've been making it a habit now that the weather is nice to just get outside in the morning, even if it's just for like 60 seconds or at nighttime, but I especially like doing it in the morning. I just think it kind of helps wake me up. So it's become part of my morning ritual, that along with my AG1. Y'all know I like my little morning routines, and I have my AG1 first thing in the morning, and then I have my coffee. I like to do a little workout, and now I'm doing this. Anyways, speaking of which, I'm gonna go inside and whip up my AG1. Today's video is in partnership with AG1. Being out here reminds me of around the time when I first started drinking it was at the beginning of lockdown when my gym first closed and I was doing some outdoor workouts, and yeah, I've been consuming it ever since. And I feel like it's just really improved like my energy. You guys say the same thing. It's whole food source, 75 vitamins and minerals. Here, I'll show you guys once we get inside. Yeah, here it is. Keep it in this canister. And obviously it's vegan. There's no sugar. One of the reasons that drew me to it though is, y'all know I'm a big advocate of routines, and my morning routine is key, like for just streamlining everything. If your routine is too complicated, it's just difficult to stick to. This just makes it really simple to stay on track. And it's a great option if you are somebody who you're super busy, maybe you don't always make the best food choices in your day-to-day, like, you know how it is. You get caught up at work or whatever. This just kind of helps bridge those gaps in your day-to-day nutrition. And one of the reasons why I chose AG1 when I was looking for something like this is that it is NSF certified for sport, which just kind of reassures you that what's on the label is actually what's in the product. And the rigor and quality in terms of the ingredient selection and formulation, they really go above and beyond. Now, this is a supplement, so of course, make sure to discuss with your healthcare provider if this is right for you, especially if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Oh, it tastes good. It's really smooth, not chalky. It goes into water really easily. One of the things I like too about it is the taste. It's got like a vanilla pineapple-y tang to it. It's enjoyable to have, so I look forward to it actually. But a lot of you guys have started drinking this since seeing it in my videos, and you've commented that you really like it and you feel like it's really helping bridge those gaps in your day-to-day nutrition from the chaotic lifestyle. But guess what? That pre-offer still stands. If you click the link in my description box, you can get 5 of their travel packets plus their vitamin D3 plus K2 dropper bottle. That's a year's worth of vitamin D with your first AG1 purchase. So definitely take advantage of it if you haven't already. It's a great free gift. Finally got a trap candle. I've been hearing good things about these for years from Miss Gold Girl. This is the lemon verbena one. Firing it up. I just trimmed the wick. Hopefully that'll be a nice clean smell. And I just put out a festive kitchen towel. Look at me. This came from Kroger, except, here, let's turn it that way. There, now it's not upside down. It's cute, huh? Kroger has good kitchen linens, I'm telling you. Well, hey guys, I just came out of Walgreens, finished filming a video with you all on eye care products. Should be up at this point. That's the goal. I'm going to the library. I have not been there in a while. It's my favorite place. I strategically go to the library when I have 30 minutes till closing, because if I go any earlier, then I will just stay in there for hours and hours. This way it puts a limit on the amount of time I spend in there. You can never spend too much time in the library, but if you don't have the time, then yeah, it can be a real problem if you're like me. I love the library. I rather enjoyed those decorating books that I got, so I'm going to return those. And I had a book on like habits of writers, little daily habits, routines, rituals. That was good. I'm going to return that. Right now on audiobook, I'm listening to Drinking, a Love Story. It's pretty good. It's about a woman with alcoholism. One thing people don't realize, you know, a lot of people, they hear alcoholism, and I think in their minds they always picture like, you know, someone like the stereotypical drunk, but a lot of people struggle with alcoholism and you will never even know it because they are very incredibly functional. And they're so dependent on alcohol. See, dependency is a point where when you stop, you go through withdrawal. And for these people, like, they're not visibly intoxicated like you would think. They require the alcohol in order to function. And a lot of women deal with alcoholism, and it's just not something that's talked about. You know, I see this a lot like on social media, a lot of glorification of like moms drinking wine. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to come across as like a teetotaler being like, well, you shouldn't drink alcohol. But I really do think there's a fine line between enjoying alcohol and like requiring it to relax and as an escape. I think that is a dangerous territory for anyone to get in. But I do see this kind of glorification of like moms drinking wine to relax at the end of the day and like needing it, and like this mom wine culture, and like I just think it's not a good message, you know, because a lot of women I think struggle with drinking. And yeah, I mean, it's deadly. Alcohol, I think too, for so long we've given alcohol too much of a free pass and overstated potential health benefits that a lot of research just suggests is just simply not there. That, you know, the purported health benefits possibly from drinking red wine in moderation. But the problem is the key word there, moderation. A lot of people, many people, just really struggle to consume small quantities only of alcohol. And yeah, it's just not healthy. And a lot of times, you know, I point these things out, and inevitably I will get comments, either if I'm talking about alcohol or protecting your skin from the sun, or if I'm talking about, you know, avoiding subsisting on processed, refined, ready-made foods, which are not good for you either. I inevitably get these comments of people being like, life is meant to be enjoyed. And, you know, I just have to say, like, if your enjoyment in life comes solely from packaged foods, alcohol, you know, sunbathing, I don't know what to tell you. There are plenty of ways to enjoy your life without, you know, exposing yourself to unnecessary risks. I've definitely been going through this phase over the past year where I have suddenly gone into nonfiction, which is definitely not typical for me. I've always been a fiction reader, but I don't know, lately I've gotten into nonfiction. The Ode Less Traveled, Unlocking the Poet Within. Well, you guys, can never leave the library empty-handed. I got 2 books. Grocery, one of my favorite places to go, The Buying and Selling of Food in America. It's about the history of the grocery store. Thought it would be interesting. And I also got Tell Your Children the Truth About Marijuana, Mental Illness, and Violence. I thought that looked interesting. By Alex Berenson. So, yeah, speaking of grocery store, I need to get one item at the store. And I'm debating on how much I really need it, or if I can just wait a few days. What is it they say? Don't put off today what you can do tomorrow. That's not what they say. Put off today what you
I drove for another 3 blocks. I drove for another 3 blocks before I realized what I'd done. And then I pulled into the driveway of a total stranger and pounded crazily on the door.
That scared me because her voice coming on that quickly, it sounded like I hit a car. Like I backed into a car. There was no car behind me. It was just her voice. What are my options for a grocery store? I don't really want to go to Whole Foods because it's a whole process with Whole Foods. And I also don't really want to go to Rondell's because I don't like Rondell's. But if I go to Kroger, that means I'm going to have to drive a bit further than I want to. This drives me crazy. I pass by this YMCA here, and this landscaping truck just parks on the side of the road, but it occupies an entire lane. And I get it, like there's probably nowhere for the landscaping truck to park, but I would feel seriously uncomfortable about parking my vehicle, as they say, on a street like that somebody would just ram into it not paying attention. Especially at night. I mean, I see people park like that at night. I'm just going, this guy's hanging out in the middle of the lane here. Freestyle driving. Got my Coolie Bar hoodie on. I like this a lot, but I will say this, it's awkwardly long. Like, it's kind of long for a hoodie in terms of it comes like to just a strange length that it looks like it's just a little bit too long. Well, hey guys, I'm back. I've been back for a while. I just pulled my hair up in a ponytail. And I got some things that came in the mail, some from Amazon, so I thought I would show you. This is another repurchase for me, this Cellar, like kind of tank sports bra. I love these. I have like 4 of them already, and I've had them again for well over a year. I wear them like I wear one pretty much every day, so I wanted to get another one. This one actually looks a little bit more cropped than the ones I currently have. The ones I currently have come down to just above my navel. But yeah, these are really good support. They hold up really well, and they're not too expensive. I also bought some lingerie bags. Now, I've never purchased these before, so I can't tell you if they're any good. I have quite a few, but I got the ones I have somewhere else. I can't remember. But I needed a few more because I like to do laundry a lot. This did not come from Amazon, but I've seen people rave about these Venture rings. It's a key ring, but it's like a bracelet. And I'm always like dropping my keys and whatnot. The color is really pretty. It's made out of silicone, and the latch is really nice too. Like this thing you can take off of the bracelet ring, just have it as a key ring. So I thought that was really nice. I just hopped out of the shower, putting on the tea to the zone. When I do my forehead with tretinoin, I always push up and out. That's a little tip. That way, it kind of keeps it from getting around your eyes. See, if you rub like this, it's more likely to migrate down onto your eyelids. Up and out. Helps you get an even layer. And then I go over the T-zone out to my cheeks and up the sides of my face. I was a little conservative with the P today. Sometimes it's hard to do things on camera and talk at the same time. Like, I don't know how people do makeup tutorials. I know they're not as popular on YouTube as they once were, but man, like some people do these really complicated, like eye makeup, what have you. I mean, really involved. And they're like going on and on and on, talking. I'm just like, how are you doing that? And your face is like able to stay still enough for you to do what you're doing. Update on the Neutrogena lip sleeping mask. If you'll recall from last weekend's vlog, I finished up my favorite, the hydrating lip treatment. I love that product and I want to repurchase it, but I got tempted by this. I saw, but it does keep the lips pretty hydrated. So wanted to share that with you guys. And another product you'll be shocked to learn I have been using. This was sent to me. It's by Replenix. I love Replenix. I actually think they are under the umbrella. Every time I say under the umbrella, tangent on, bear with me. I always think of that old school Disney show, Under the Umbrella Tree. We didn't have Disney when I was growing up because it was like the stuff you had to pay extra for. Only the like bougie kids had Disney, but sometimes cable would give you this like Disney weekend where you would get the Disney Channel for like sometimes even a week. And a few times as a child when I got like sick, it happened to coincide, like the stars aligned with the freebie week of Disney Channel, and I remember binging on Under the Umbrella Tree. Okay, so that tangent is over. But what I was saying is Replenix is under the umbrella, I think, of the same company that does Derma E, which I love a lot of Derma E products. So I get some PR from Replenix. I really like they have a retinol body cream that's really good. But they sent me blah, blah, blah. We're just talking on and on. They sent me this hydrating plumping eye gel. And I've told you guys this before, you don't need a separate eye cream or eye product to moisturize the eyelids. Like the same moisturizer that you use on your eyes, you can use the same moisturizer that you use to your face, you can use around your eyelids. A lot of people just love using an eye cream. So I've been trying this one out just to see how it is. And it's interesting. It's got ubiquinone, aka Q10 in it, which is a good antioxidant for reducing oxidative stress in the skin. There's actually some data to show that it actually works when applied to the skin and it penetrates well. It also has algae extract, which is going to be a humectant, help to plump up the skin cells. It has ascorbic acid in it, aka vitamin C. To what extent that's actually stable and gets in, who knows. Tea polyphenols, hyaluronic acid, and a bunch of silicones. But all that yammering aside, I haven't noticed any difference putting this around my eyelids, in all honesty, in comparison to just using like petrolatum or like whatever moisturizer du jour I happen to be putting on. I have a lot of moisturizers here, but currently I'm using this a fair amount, and I'm also doing my ureas, the urea face creams. Anyways, but I gave this a go around my eyelids. Fine, liked it. Here's what it looks like. It almost looks like, I don't know, ultrasound gel or something. It looks like it's got a slip to it. If you don't like that silicone slip, you're not gonna like this. But all of that blabbing aside, all of that lead up, all of that dramatization about all of these backstories, just to tell you guys that I tried using this on my lips as well. Really shines there, let me tell you. It is actually a good little lip moisturizer. So that is one way in which I have been using it. Now the Replenix brand can be on the pricey side, so I'm sure this is not budget friendly, but I have been trying it out. So far so good. And what else was I going to tell you guys? Oh, been enjoying the great flavor of the Hello fluoride toothpaste. I think I'm gonna stop using mint toothpaste because I know I tend to get some irritation around my mouth, eczema flares up there sometimes. And I've noticed, I mean, I knew this, that's why I always recommend if you've got irritation around your mouth or perioral dermatitis, consider switching to a non-mint, non-cinnamon flavored toothpaste, aka the kids flavors, because these flavors are less irritating if they get around the skin. And the magic is true. So I think I'm gonna stick with these fruity flavors, unless I go to the dentist and they're like, whoa, what changed? The fluoride in this, the percentage is the same as the adult toothpaste, and it says adults and children 2 years of age and older brush teeth thoroughly and preferably after each meal or at least twice a day or as directed by a dentist or physician. So there you go. Yeah, I really like this fluoride toothpaste. The grape, one of you guys told me your son, your little boy, likes the grape flavor. Yeah, I think I like it better than that unicorn bubble one, although I did like the bubblegum flavor. So let's just share that with you guys. Oh, that was a mouthful. Still loving my, not down to my lumbar spine length hair, aka I got a haircut if you missed that from last weekend's vlog. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out AG1 if you haven't already. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Ew, my hair stuck to me when I did that. Bye.